One of the things that's interesting as we go down this road is we need to find out the reasons why youth want to be there, and further why parents want to sign their youth up for these activities. Beginning with our children, I want you to think through the questions that you might ask and the discussions that you might have with a child about their youth sport participation. Across the country, we've asked this question: what is it that youth really want out of this experience? And in studying many youth across the country and asking them, what is it that you want from your youth sport experience, we find that there are three major goals that are common among all the groups that we've talked with, and that is they want to have more physical competence. That competence translates into being more like their heroes that they see on the field of play or on TV when they're watching SportsCenter. Second, they want social affiliation. They love to play with their friends and even make new friends. And all of this tends to boil down to the third and perhaps even the most important of all those goals, and that is they want to have fun. I think it's fair to say that most of us pick activities in which we have fun. Now, on the other end of this equation, we find a variety of reasons why youth are dropping out. You see, when we go through this process and we discuss all of the benefits that might be available when participating in a positive experience, one of the things we have to point out is nowadays, more than ever before, there is an epidemic of childhood obesity. And all the things that funnel into the reasons why a child may cease their sport participation begin to be more important for us as parents and how we can support them so that they're having a better time. When asking youth why they drop out, at the top of it all, there tends to be a feeling of overemphasis on winning, win at all costs. And a lot of that pressure tends to be coming, or felt to be coming, from their parents. Now, when pressure and an overemphasis on winning are at the top of a child's experience, when life gets busy and opportunities to work and do other activities, really important and fun things like playing video games tend to take over the schedule, and they're less likely to sign up in the next year and the next season. Lastly, when it ceases to be fun, kids are likely to drop out. And so whatever we can do at this stage to help you, to help ourselves in the support of our children's youth sport experience, we look to extending to you some tools, some suggestions that you can use even tonight in discussing these things with your children to help support them in the activities that they really enjoy doing. Now, at the end of the day, when looking at this from the perspective of parents, we realize that most of us want to help our children learn life lessons. Else, why would so many movie studios be creating film after film after film with the central story surrounding a sports experience? These life lessons, however, can extend beyond just the few years that they participate while young. We find that today, as discussed in the previous slide, upwards of 7 out of 10 youth, by the time they're 13 or 14 years old, are quitting or dropping out of their youth sport participation. And so beyond that, there's an opportunity for them to extend what they learn in these contexts into the classroom, into the workplace, and into their family relationships as they grow older. Beyond this, parents want their children to have a sense of balance. When is it time to work and when is it time to play? And sometimes, how can we put that fun on top so that it makes us more active in our pursuit of work and accomplishment? Ultimately, if we can learn how to create and pursue our goals, that sense of achievement is one of those other areas of emphasis of a parent that allows for a child to really grow and blossom in every area and not just in their youth sport participation. And so as we think about these things, we need to remember that as parents, we serve a number of roles. Roles in which our children are gathering more information about what's going on. You see, I think about small children. If you look to a child in their 18th month to their second year, they're beginning to be, as researchers say, autonomous. Now that they can move a little, they're trying to figure out the world on their own. Now, what do they do as they're going through this world? They're crashing and they're creating, they're mixing and they're messing, but all the time turning back to mom and dad and wondering, what do they think? And they're learning from our reactions. You see, in the beginning, we look at these roles and we initially provide the opportunities. Here's an idea, honey, why don't you in this next season try this? Swimming, playing, running, jumping. We provide opportunities by buying equipment. We provide opportunities by giving them rides to and from their practices and their games. Beyond that, while participating, our youth need someone to help them interpret. You understand this well if you've been around 5- and 6-year-olds participating in sport for the first time. They have no context for what it means to win or lose, what is success or what is failure. But guess what? You and I, we add to that. That it's a really big deal to score a goal or to cross the finish line first. And it may not be so good a thing to miss, to strike, or to get out. And therefore we become this major help for their interpretation of what they're experiencing. And a final role we'd like to bring forward of the many is that of role model. When they look to us for what do you think about this setting? When they look to us for what do you think about that call? When they look to us for what do you think about how I just did? We're showing them how to interact with the world around them. We're providing for them a model of what it's like to be a participant, not just in sport, but in life and in relationships. And so as we move this, I want you that are here with us today, and those of you who are joining us from home, to reflect on 3 different basic questions surrounding the overall conversation we're having. I want you first to think, why did I sign up my youth to participate in sport? And what do I hope that they're going to gain from this experience? Finally, at the end of that, what role do I as the parent, what role do you as the parent provide in this youth sport experience? And as we do, in our reflection, I want you to think about how can we begin to bring what we hope our children get out of their youth sport experience together with what they want to get, that fun and that experience of growth and development